In this video, I'll walk you through how to upload a video onto YouTube using the new YouTube Studio video uploader, and the key things you need to pay attention to while uploading your video. At the end of the video, I will provide some power tips that can help you save time and prevent any publishing issues. So stay tuned. Hey everyone, it's Graham here and welcome back to my channel. On this channel, I help break down various areas of an online business into bite-sized chunks to assist in your path to online success. If you are new to my channel and you like any of the content that is being shared, please take some time to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future releases from me. So let's get into it. So once in your YouTube studio, you go through to the top here and hit either create or this upload button. Either one will do the same thing. So you hit create and it'll give you different options. You can upload videos or go live. We're going to select the upload videos for this tutorial. Once selecting that, you'll be presented with this window saying please select or drag and drop your files onto this window. So you can either find your video file and just drag it from that window onto this, or go and choose select files here and go and search for it, select it, and then upload it. That is the option I'm going to follow now. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to choose my channel introduction video. So once I've selected the file, I hit open. The next window you'll see is the video uploader. So as you can see at the bottom left corner, it'll show you the percentage that's uploaded as well as the minutes that are left for the particular video. Now this will obviously depend on the size of the file itself or your internet connection. Both of them will have an impact on the speed that it takes to upload your video. Now once we're at 100% uploaded, as it shows here, you'll see that it's slowly processing into standard definition and saying 95% processed. So what will happen is YouTube will now process it into standard definition first, and then high definition and whatever other quality standards you've got for your video file. So now it says finish processing over here, and as you can see the video is slowly starting to show up on this side of the screen now that it has processed. Before you begin, any information that you've included in your default settings area as shown here will pull through to your new upload. With that being said, all default information would have pulled through in your title area, description area, and so forth. Now as you can see, by default, the title that's presented here is the same title as what you named your video file. So I would suggest changing this up in your title area so that you can make your title area kind of like a newspaper headline, which will make people want to click on your video and watch the video. And as you see here, you've got 100 characters to make this headline worthy of a click. I'm just going to leave my title as that. I've changed it up a bit so it's different from the current video on my channel. When you scroll down, the next section is your description section. Now this is key so that you reinforce your title using your description, and you can place all your keywords that you had in your title within your description. The best thing to do is probably have a longer description so that you can place those keywords in multiple areas and make it look clean so that you're not spamming the description with all your keywords. All the information you see here is a template pulled through from my default settings area, and I just sit and change this up according to my video description that I create. In the description area, you can place things like subscribe links, social media links, links to other websites, videos, whatever the case may be. As you scroll further down, the next key thing is your thumbnail area. So what YouTube does is they give you 3 different options here that they pull from the video. You can see one of them selected over here. You can see that these options aren't very enticing and they don't really make people want to click on the video. So I would suggest putting a custom thumbnail here. Now in order for you to have a custom thumbnail, one of the key things you need to do for your channel is verify your channel. So I'm going to select this and upload a custom thumbnail. As you can see, my thumbnail that I've chosen is now presented here. And for this particular example, it was a screenshot of my introduction. Okay, then you scroll down and your next option here is selecting a playlist. So if you hit the drop down arrow here, you'll be able to choose any one of the playlists that you currently have on your channel, or you can go and click on this and add new playlist. So if I click on there, I can present a title for it and I can choose whether it's a public, private, or unlisted playlist. Public means that anyone can view it. If it's private or unlisted, only people that have the link to it can view it. I'm just going to choose one playlist here and then click done. The next area relating to your audience is very important. There's a lot of strict guidelines around this, and you need to choose the correct one for your videos. You'll choose whether your video is made for kids or not made for kids. If you want further information around these two options, you can always click on this area here and it'll take you through to the YouTube guidelines for these options. When clicking on the down arrow here for age restricted material, you'll be able to choose whether your video is for more mature viewers, so 18 and older, or all viewers, no matter what the age. Bear in mind that these options can have an impact on your monetization and the types of ads that will show on your videos. So once you get to the bottom of the details area, you'll see that there's a more options section here. Now most people miss this out, and there's some key information in here that needs to be filled in. So select more options. The first section of this is the paid promotions. So you're able to select here if your video contains a paid promotion for any product or service. As you move further down, you'll see that there's a tag area here. Now the two tags that I've got here were listed in my default upload settings. So these two will be uploaded on every single video that I've got, and I choose to remove them should I so wish. With the tag section, you're allowed to add tags up to 500 characters. And if you've got tools like vidIQ or TubeBuddy installed, you'll be able to choose all suggested keywords that are relating to your video and add them into the section, along with all the tags that you've already chosen for your video and placed in this section. The next section after the tags is your languages, subtitles, and closed captions. By default, most people will leave everything as is on these areas. You can select this drop down and choose the language that you prefer for your channel. The next area is caption certification. So this centers around whether your content has already been shown on US TV. For 99.9% of you, you'll just leave this as none. Next, you'll be able to add in your recording date as well as the video location. Myself, I don't fill this in. However, if you would like to, you're more than welcome to do so. The next area is your licensing and distribution. This is a crucial selection that you need to have. If you've got it as standard YouTube license, it means that you own the rights to the video, and if someone else uses the content of your video, you can then put a strike against that video for the fact that they've used your copyrighted information. If you don't mind people sharing your video and you don't want to keep the sole copyright to that, you can then click the down arrow here and choose Creative Commons, in which case people will be able to reuse your content however they choose. Below your licensing, it says allow embedding. This means that people will be able to embed your video onto any website that they want to, outside of YouTube. The next one here is notifying your subscribers for every time you publish a video. By default, you can keep all these settings as they come. The next area is your category area. This area isn't really important as YouTube categorize your videos based on the content of the video. So you can select any one of these categories that relate to your channel and video, but YouTube ultimately decides your category. The last section here is comments and ratings. You can then select the down arrow here and allow all comments or hold potentially inappropriate comments for review. In my personal opinion, selecting the hold potential inappropriate comments for review is probably best practice, as there's a lot of people who spam your channel and put random comments and random links to other things on your channel. As you can see, the video shows that it's finished processing and it's processed the HD version of the video. So if for whatever reason you want to close the screen and come back to it later, you can X out of this as it's already saved as a draft. So just to show you, you can close out of it. In order to get back to it and continue editing, you go into your videos area here. You'll then see your video at the top here in draft mode. You can then go edit draft here. It'll then pop back up to the video uploader screens and you can continue where you left off. I'm just going to choose next here. So on the next screen that I have here, on this particular channel, it goes directly through to video elements. But if you have a monetized channel, what you would see at this window and the next one after that, the first one would be a monetization window and the next one would be ad suitability. So your monetization window will show the types of ads that you want to show, as well as whether you want to place them at the beginning, during, or end of your video. Your ad suitability area is a couple of questions that you'll go through, such as how much profanity you've got in your video. Here you need to be as honest as possible with YouTube. After those two windows, you'll then come to this one showing your video elements. It's got interactive elements that you can add to your videos. One being end screens, the other one being cards. These interactive elements allow people to watch more of your content. If we go into add end screen, you'll see you'll be able to choose a number of different template options that they've got available. I'm just going to choose the first one here. Now what it shows on the end screen is it's got a picture here of your profile, so people will be able to click on this and subscribe to your channel. The next element is a video that you lead them to, so it can be one of your latest videos, it can be another video on a different channel. One thing to notice, it only plays through the last 20 seconds of your video. You can make it shorter if you want, but the max is 20 seconds. If you want to add another element to this end screen, you select element here. You can then choose video, playlist, or channel. If you have a bigger channel, you'll be able to put a subscribe element as well as a link element to your channel. And one thing to remember as well, you're able to select and move any of these elements wherever you want to. Once you finish choosing all your elements for your end screen, you then click save. Once done, you'll see a green tick here showing that it has been done. Next, we'll move on to add cards. You can add a video, playlist, or channel card on your video at any point in time. So if I just select this point here, I can then choose a video, playlist, or channel and add a card here. And what will happen is there'll be an element that will show up at the top part of the screen where someone can then click on it and move to that video, playlist, or channel. I'm going to choose a video here. So it'll give me the options of the videos on my channel. I'm just going to select anyone. And there you go. So from that point, you'll see this card popping up on the video. Once you're done, then hit save. You can add multiple cards to your videos. As you can see now, it's got a green tick, so we're good to go on that. Then click next. The last portion of the video uploader is now the visibility section. So let's go through the options. Your first option is private. With this option, the people who can view this is only yourself, as well as the people that you share the video link with. If you select unlisted, and by default any uploads that you have on your channel should be unlisted, and then once you get to this point, then you can change it. But if you don't want to publish the video just yet, rather keep it unlisted. The people who can see the unlisted video is again yourself, as well as the people you share the link with. If you select public, it means that as soon as you finish this and click publish, the video will be live and anyone can then see that video. You can also set your video as a premiere. So this means that people will see that your video is a premiere scheduled to be published at a given time. And when that video is published and live, you're able to interact and chat with them while they're watching your video. The next available option is scheduling. So if you select this, you'll be able to choose a date and time and also set it as a premiere should you wish. I'm just going to select any date in the future and the time stays as is. Once you've covered all these steps, you have basically finished the process of uploading your video. The next thing, based on the option that you've selected here, is hit the blue button here. It may say schedule, it may say save. So I'm going to hit schedule here. The next window I see shows that the video is now scheduled. You can then hit close. Now if you go back to your videos area here, you'll see that the video that we've just uploaded is here at the top and it shows that it's scheduled for the given date here. As promised, here are the power tips that I said I'd give you. Power tip number 1 is you're able to upload a maximum of 15 videos at once. So if you've set up recordings for a number of weeks and you want to upload them at one single point in time, you can select up to 15 videos and let them load up onto your channel. This will save you a lot of time in doing one by one. You can then go into the videos once you've uploaded them and edit all the information of that video. Place the description, the title, the tags, etc. Power tip number 2, when uploading a video, if you're not planning on publishing as yet or scheduling for publish, rather place it as an unlisted video. This way YouTube will work through your video while they're processing it onto the YouTube platform and advise you of any restrictions that may apply, specifically if you've got a monetized channel. That way whatever issue they've presented to you, you're able to fix that issue before publishing the video. Power tip number 3, when publishing a video and you want to publish it on the same day that you've uploaded the video, give yourself at least 1 hour before the video goes live. This way YouTube can process the entire video without any glitches or issues that may occur. One of the issues, for example, could be if you've shot the video in 4K, but you haven't given YouTube enough time to get all the quality levels of your video ready for your audience. It may have processed the standard definition, the high definition, but not the 4K definition as an example. Then that creates an issue for your audience as well as yourself. And that is how to upload a video onto YouTube following all the correct and necessary steps. For additional value, tips and strategies, check out this video. With that, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit that like button as it'll really help out this channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on future videos from me. Thank you for watching everybody. Take care. We'll chat soon. Cheers.